I'm Arlen, otherwise known as Teresa. It's actually my name. It's my middle name. People ask me that all the time. I have more than one name. And online I'm known as Teresa Deja Vu. I am a YouTuber and yeah, I'm a content creator and an artist. I've been making videos for about just under 3 years. Just under 3 years, yeah. In regards to like the concept behind my channel, like it being about people and just getting stories out and, you know, just inspiring, I would say the likes of Oprah and Tyra Banks and all those weird TV shows that we used to watch, like Jerry Springer. Yeah, like people like that. I've always loved shows like that, and I've always loved people. I'm like a bit of a people. I'm like a very extroverted person. Like good energies actually energize me. I don't need a lot of time alone to recharge, and I just love people. I feel like people are more inspiring than anything else. So yeah, that's basically where I got the inspiration from. I would confidently say that I am a selling point, because certain questions on paper can be just asked by anyone. A lot of series, the person who's interviewing the journalist or the producer or whatever is behind the lens and you don't see them, and it doesn't matter because the focal point is the people. But I feel like my personality, and I know that my gift is that people trust me easily, and I've never taken that for granted, and I've always used that for good or to help them better themselves, whatever. So I feel like God in me and using me is different to everyone else, because it's not but yeah, I feel like it would be me. And then just making sure it's like getting to the nitty gritty and to like the full transparent truth, because my brand is all about transparency and honesty, and that's what I try to bring out of the people who have been on my YouTube channel before, prior to the rebrand, and going forward. That's absolutely everything that's gonna, all the content that's gonna come out. Well, I've learned to not associate my self-worth and my like value in other people's opinions or in numbers or in, you know, digits. When you do something and it bangs, it gives you like some kind of like fulfillment, which happened to me. When I released my first couple of videos, I didn't really have to try that hard for them to circulate or for them to like do well. But then that died down, and when it died down, I felt like a helpless cat. Like I was just like, what do I do? Okay, let me do this, let me do that. And that's where I kind of like went off my original kind of idea and plan for my channel, and the foundation, you know, like the principles of my channel, and tried to do all these different things to get this clout back. And I just started feeling like I wasn't worthy. I stopped watching YouTube as a whole. I wouldn't watch anyone because I was literally mad. I was like, nobody's watching my stuff anymore. I don't know what to do. And it just started, every single thing I would see, it made me feel inadequate. And I have friends or acquaintances that are really, really big on YouTube, and I couldn't even have them on like on socials because I felt like this seed of envy and hatred to grow, because I just thought that life was so unfair, and I was mad at God, like, why would you have me start this and it flops? But one, I feel like I took it for granted the way that things took off, and two, I feel like it is important for me to understand, especially as someone who wants to be a journalist, and I study journalism, and I want to one day do this on a big scale of having a TV show and producing things for other people and for myself. No matter what happens, my worth is not in that. My worth is in what God says it is, and my worth is in how I treat others, the person, like what I add to other people's lives. And that's where my worth is. And I feel like with everything having died down a lot, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything more, every single view, every single like. I feel like it's been very humbling, and going forth, that's the attitude that I'm gonna have when things do amazingly. And also understanding that 20 views on a video, like that has impact, you know. It can save a life. Like what you say or what you do in a video can actually save a life. So that is enough. And that's what I try to like, that's the attitude I want to sustain going forward. fellowship, how we can all help one another and we can save one another, and how we are each other's keepers, and we have a responsibility to one another, to share our stories and to be honest and to try to grow for the people behind us, and to, especially as a black woman, get in spaces where there's no one like you and be the sacrificial lamb and go through it, but open that door for the rest. Because even me wanting to be a presenter, producer, creator, people paved the way for me, and I'm aware of that. And Oprah and people that whose names I don't know are the reason why I can even study what I'm studying. I even have the inspiration to do what I want to do. So yeah, we can all save a life, and we just need to really understand the power that we hold. And you don't need numbers or a YouTube channel or anything. You just need to have a heart for change. I would say to make sure that I don't create things that I feel that people want to see, and make sure that I don't force my creative palette when it doesn't need to be forced. Like, people have this whole thing like out of sight, out of mind, blah blah, and 100% that's true. It really depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to be a full-time blogger, vlogger, beauty person, then maybe you need to bang them videos out. But when you're trying to create content with depth, get into the swing of creating content with depth first, and then implement that element of consistency, if that makes sense. Just because that quality will never die, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And if it is quality content, and if it's a service, whatever you've created is a service to someone else, it's gonna serve regardless. So I think that's the main thing, not to just create things just for the sake of it, just for the sake of being consistent. But it's a complete waste of time. I might as well have just spent time reading, taking care of myself, renewing myself, filling myself up, and then create something great. You know, because it's overcrowded. The internet is very crowded with a lot of pollution, and it's not that people are intentionally trying to like create bad stuff. It's just everybody feels so pressured to create stuff relentlessly, like we're machines. And if you're actually a creative person, you need to like feed yourself, let it marinate, think, meditate, then create. It's a process, do you know what I mean? So yeah, just work with how you're, you know, and yes, some people can create content with depth consistently every single day, that's fine, but not everybody's like that. Just be authentic to yourself. I have this weird thing where like, obviously I have like a middle child syndrome, and like, I went to like, I was kind of picked on at school at time, you know, I'm not trying to be a victim. So like when people come and say negative things to me, I get very defensive, because it's like you're trying to attack my character and break me down. Because growing up, people tried to attack my character and break me down. So even if you're trying to say something and it's supposed to be constructive, like you just need to watch how you come to me, because I'm just like, isn't like, that's how I am. But I really had to just really filter the criticism and take what I need. And just because someone said something to me and it doesn't apply to me, I shouldn't get mad at them. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure if they had pure intention, there's no need to be mad at them. But take criticism, but definitely, especially from my loved ones who know me well, like particularly my sister, when she's telling me, you know, like, listen to yourself more and stop doubting yourself and da 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 da. Instead of just snapping at her like, oh, you don't know all the things going on. Or even when she's telling me like you should go see someone about your anxiety, you know, and maybe you should do things that make you happy, that inspire you. Like obviously I sing, so she's like, maybe you should perform more. And I'm just like, oh, you don't know, like just snapping, instead of just actually, you know, deeply like, oh, maybe she's got a point, and all these things are all linked. They will help you be a better person, a better creative, and produce better content, you know. I have a lot of friends who do stuff in the creative field, but I met them more recently. So my friends that I went to school with and stuff, like they're studying like, you know, I don't know, they want to be teachers and midwives, stuff like that. But like people I met online, like they're the more like creative ones, like photographers and videographers and writers and stuff. So it's nice to have the support system of just like love and comfort and home, and then the support system of having you know, actual technical criticism and advice and how to navigate the creative field and stuff. Because my friends that I went to school with that want to be midwives, they can give me advice and criticism about my authenticity because they know who I am and they know when I'm not being myself. But they can't give me advice about, do you know what I mean? Unless maybe that's where they have a secret hobby in it. But yeah, so I've got like kind of both, like people that help me keep it real and check me when I'm not being myself, when I'm, you know, help me to be whole and stay whole, and people that actually help me in the field, staying inspired. Like we go to like galleries together, we travel together, produce content. Yeah, so I feel like it's a nice balance. Even if it's just one of each and one, you don't need a whole squad. You know, I'm just kind of like, my door is open for everyone, so it might just be a bit of an army in my field. But you don't need that. You just need 1 or 2 people. I would say in this day and age, if you want to go into creating videos, content, YouTube, just remember the purpose of what you're doing. And it's like really trivial and like simple, but forgetting your purpose can lead you to stop or lead you to unhappiness, because you're thinking, oh my god, like what is this, which is basically what I realized. And then you just have to get back on that high horse of what is the purpose behind this, how is this of service to others, you know, what impact is this going to have? Would I want my children, my siblings, my family to watch this? You know, would my mum be proud of this? Does this glorify God, or does this glorify whatever your principles are in all that you do? So I think that's really important, because when you know your purpose, things don't need to blow up. You could do something for 30 years and nobody knows when you die, but you'd still have content, have content in yourself because you know that it served its purpose. You know, so I think that's key above anything else. My art is transparency.